Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, August 1st, 2019. Let's see, that's 7 months gone, 5 to go. Hope you're on track. 7/12 of the way towards your goals for the year, or actually a lot further, so that you can double or triple your income this year. Why not? That's what I got a whole bunch of my clients doing, and then some. But anyway, I digress. Throwback Thursday. And look at this. I look like Bozo the Clown a little bit, huh? Because I'm under this red umbrella to be out of the searing hot sun in August in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, where it's routinely 105 or more on any given day. But it's a dry heat, as they always say. Sure, so is sticking your head in the oven. But look at that. Look what's happening because of the red umbrella. I'm getting this red tinge on my hair. Like Bozo the Clown without the big red nose thing. So maybe but see, if I walk away from there, now I can't even see the iPhone, and I don't know if you could see me in the sun. What if I go this way? Let's do that. Better? Anyway, so Throwback Thursday. You know, I got a call this morning for an old friend, and we spoke for about an hour, and we caught up, and he did say, you know, of course what I was thinking as well was like, you know, isn't it great that you got some friends that you don't even speak to maybe once or twice a year, and yet, you know, you just start right back up again, and you're old friends. And one of the things I just had to remark is like how much his two little daughters have grown. And he was like, yeah, his oldest daughter is going to Penn State in 3 weeks from now, starting college. I met her when she was like 10 years old. And that's why I said this is a great one for Throwback Thursday. It's about 11 years ago. Next month it'll be 11 years ago that I hosted my first ever event for small business owners and entrepreneurs. And back then it was an event that I ran for a membership group. So I ran multiple events every month, and then special events from time to time, and big events, small events, and mastermind groups, and everything in between for about 6 years. Hundreds and hundreds of events. And I called it Chicagoland's Sharpest Entrepreneurs. And my beautiful wife Michelle and I lived up in Chicago. And I thought of starting that back up again down here and calling it Scottsdale Sharpest Entrepreneurs. I get all the materials, all the marketing to fill the rooms. I get all the teaching materials. And then I said, you know, I burnt out on that once. Why would I start it up again? So instead, I always kept my ears open, and I always got contacted through the years many times. I still do all the time from companies saying, can you run our events? You know, we've got chapters all over the country. I had the largest, that Chicagoland Sharpest Entrepreneurs Group was the largest chapter in the world for the Glazer Kennedy Insider Circle sales, marketing, and advertising, teaching, educational company. And so constantly, you know, people who run big companies are like, can you run our chapters? Can you teach everyone how to do it as well as you did, or just to do it well, or even better? Why not? Who says I can do it the best? Heck, a lot of my clients make more money than me. Anyway, and I finally said yes to one. And about a month ago, on June 20th, I held the first event for my new group called CEO Scottsdale. And I just got home from our third meeting. We're meeting twice a month, so June, July, August, maybe fourth meeting. And boy, we had a great group of really sharp people there. I mean, CEO Space, if you don't know, is rated #1 by like Forbes magazine, Inc. magazine, year after year after year, is the #1 business growth conference in the world, with good reason. And they got their chapters all over the country, and their CEO of the company asked me to, you know, put together my system to boost the success of their chapters. And I agreed, and I said, but first I'm going to start my own from scratch, and I'm going to take a few months or however long it takes to test some things, and you know, some things will work, some things won't, and I'll put together a system, and then when it's banging and operating on all cylinders, well, then I'll launch this baby out to all your clubs all over the country, all over the world, wherever they are, and we'll start new ones, and you know, big opportunity. So we're off and running. Really sharp people there today. I mean, one of the guys we had there is an in-house counsel and attorney for General Motors. Come on now. And there's Jason. Jason, I bet you at one of the CEO Scottsdale events about a month ago. I don't think you've been back since, so hopefully you'll come back and join us sometime. One of the guys there was a guy who was, has run things for ESPN and Fox Sports and Major League Baseball and this, and they're starting a big 50,000 square foot training facility under the auspices of Major League Baseball right here in Scottsdale. And he said it's training for the future. I'll talk to him again, but real briefly, from what I gathered, he said it was something about, more than just physical stuff. It was all kinds of virtual reality and 3D and, the future of enjoying and getting more out of the game. And they figured because spring training is here and the fall league is here, and so this is really a home for Major League Baseball more than any other city in America. We have, 18 or 20 teams here that call this place home for a month every year, and then there's a Major League team here, of course, during the season. The Arizona Diamondbacks said, they just picked this area. I mean, this is a hot area for business and to live, and so it's just exciting. The people you meet, the business is going on, and he's looking for funding for his business, and I know some people connect him to, and that's the main thing CEO Space is all about, is they have raised billions of dollars of venture capital for entrepreneurs over the year, and that can often be the biggest game changer that changes the lives of entrepreneurs. And anyways, a whole bunch of other people there too. So just a really sharp group, just got back from it. Always exciting, always fun. And it just reminded me, speaking of Throwback Thursday, that I started doing this 11 years ago next month. And just this morning, got a call from someone who was running one of those GKIC chapters in another city. He had actually the largest chapter in the country. So I came along and built mine bigger, but that's the saying, records are made to be broken. So I'll bet if I had mine first and was big, the target would have been on my back, and he would have set that goal, and then he would have built his bigger than me. So it's not a pulling hairs about whose was bigger or this and that. He also had massive success with his chapter, and we did a whole bunch of work together over the years, and it was great to catch up with him. And we're going to be, connecting into some people and a couple of my clients that big things hopefully will happen with them. That's what our CEO Space Connecting event was all about today. I connect, and I will connect some people as we follow up after the event with some game changer, life-changing connections for them. That's what it's all about. So by the way, if you're anywhere in or near the Phoenix Scottsdale area, we're meeting twice a month on the first and third Thursdays of the month. So our next one is 2 weeks from today on August 15th. Come join us. If you are a forward-thinking entrepreneur, preferably an exponential thinking entrepreneur, not just transactional, like I need to sell some stuff. I need one client. I need to make a sale. I'm sure we all do. That's great. We like making sales. But CEO Space is an opportunity to think exponentially and say, I'm looking to add another six-figure stream of income. Or I want to, build my business to from 7 figures to 8 figures. Like, I'm looking for exponential growth. Those are the kind of connections we can make. Those life-changing, business-changing, game-changing connections. That's what we're all about. Just head on over to ceoscottsdale.com and check us out and come join us sometime. Love to have you. Anyway, so Mark's next month will be 11 years that I've been hosting the events, and I got to tell you, it's one of the best business building strategies. Now, it's not for everybody, because you've heard the saying that, some ridiculous, comical, when you think about it, survey done years ago of the fears people had, height, closed spaces, spiders, this, that, whatever. More people checked off they were had a fear of public speaking than they had a fear of death. So, of course, it's become a running joke that more people are afraid of public speaking than they are of dying. Well, not exactly. Or maybe we're not afraid of dying because we just know we're going to die. But public speaking, we don't have to do that if we don't want to. And it is a big source. So I understand if you are not a big fan of getting up there in front of people and speaking. This old friend I was talking to this morning, we both built these huge groups, and we've spoken and hosted lots of events for entrepreneurs, and but we're both introverts. Push comes to shove. I mean, that's why I'm an advertising, marketing, and sales consultant. I am a behind-the-scenes guy who gets things done and puts together your ads and your marketing campaigns and your sequences and your follow-up scripts and your this and that and phone scripts, and I can hire people and train them and place the ads and do what I can do, all that behind-the-scenes stuff I'm not a fan of, going to parties and, I could do it. Of course, I did 9 years of door-to-door sales, and I knew that I had to do that. When I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is not for me. And then I said, I guess there's a voice somewhere that's speaking to me saying, yeah, you suck at this. And so you're going to do this because you're going to learn this skill of how to talk to people. So it doesn't come natural, but 9 years of that, I got pretty good at it. But still, deep down, deep inside, so I know how you feel, if you are an introvert that says, I don't want to host an event, I don't want to be on the stage, I don't want to speak in front of people, it's not for me. Yeah. But if you're looking for a business strategy to really take you to that next level, some exponential growth of your business, you might think about it. And it starts with maybe you speak at someone else's event, or you can even go do a Toastmaster where you get up and speak, but everyone also helps you and coaches you and encourages you, and it's a very safe place to do it. Or you just do like I did and just say, that's it, I'm going for it, and you host your own event. And I got to tell you, even for an introvert, when you do it right, it's a lot of fun. I had a blast today. I always do. I had a blast. Jason's here. I had a blast. I met Jason. In fact, Jason will always be, if you're still here, you remember, you will always be the first person who showed up at my first CEO Scottsdale event. I don't know if you remember that, but there we were in the lobby, just the two of us, half an hour or so before the event was to start, looking around going, gee. He was asking something like, anyone else coming or what? I'm like, you never know. Who knows? Today we had 18 RSVPs. I think we had 12 people there. You usually get about half. People say they're coming, will show up. The rest make excuses, and, that's great. People have things to do, things come up, whatever. And Jason was like, is anyone, I don't know, but you're here, and I'm going to help you, and let's connect you to somebody or something, and let's get it done. But then other people, we had about a dozen people at that event. But you, Jason, if you're still here, you might remember you will always be the very first person at my first CEO Scottsdale event. I thank you. I salute you for that. In fact, I salute everybody who comes to the events, because I purposely started these at the most heinously, ridiculously heinous, awful time of the year, June 20th. What was it, July? June 20th. June, July, August. I started this in the summer in a Phoenix, Scottsdale area where it's routine. If it ever dips below 100, there's something wrong. Like it's monsoon season. We get the winds, the sandstorms, the rainstorms, and on top of that, the ridiculous temperatures. I'm sure I'm sweating like crazy here, and I've only been on here about 10 minutes or so, and then I'm heading back inside. And so that's what it's like in the summer here in Arizona. If you haven't been here, nobody goes outside, except I came out here to shoot the video for some reason, but I'm heading back in. And so I said, let's start it at the most heinous time of the year. So only serious people are going to show up, because it's not like I got nothing else to do, or I really feel like you get blasted with a, it's like putting your head in the oven just walking from your home to the car. Like, it's unpleasant to be outside. So I'm going to test and only really get the most seriously cool people, because I'm going to start it in the dead of summer. And I'm going to host these events from 4 to 5 p.m. on a weekday. So, of course, I get lots of excuses. Oh, I had something. Of course you did, right. But the most serious people are there. And you know what? I know a lot of people. People that know me know I know a lot of people. And I know people who know a lot of people. And I, therefore, have a humongous, powerful, what we would say in the old days, Rolodex. I don't know what the kids are calling it these days. And it's not like that means we walk around with a big round thing full of index cards. But I got a lot of connections to make. So I enjoy it, a lot of fun. And the people that do brave the weather and the time and the day of the week and say, wow, midweek, midday, mid-calendar, that's all the worst times to host an event. What, are you crazy? Yeah, I am. That means I'm getting the most serious people to show up, and I love it. So, and that's what I did. That's how I built the group back in Chicago, and I built that from having 8 or 10 people in an event to having 80 or 100 in a room, 200, 300 in a room, whatever I wanted to do, fill other people's rooms, and had speakers flying in from all over the world to come speak to my group, and just had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, helped a lot of business owners make a lot of money and free up a lot of their time and get rid of a lot of their stress, because to me that's what it's all about. We're doing it again right here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. So if you're around the area, come on by and see us sometime. CEOScottsdale.com. No charge. Come and see us for free. I don't know if you're watching this in the future, and someday I'll start charging for it. I mean, I could start charging for it right now. I guess that's the one variable I didn't put in there to chase away the riffraff. I just said I'm going to do it in the hottest time of the day and the hottest time of the year, in a weekday. If I added a charge, that would clear out even more of the riffraff and get more sure that I have only serious people. So maybe if you're watching this in the future, it's not free anymore. So take advantage before I come to my senses and start charging for it, because certainly people are getting a heck of a lot of value out of it, and we're having a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a way to boost your presence, your standing, your basically celebrity status, you get that not only from speaking at other events, but the best way, the number one way to do it of all, is to host the event, to be the guy running the show. You therefore get to what's called, we call that borrowed credibility. You get to borrow the celebrity of having other speakers on your stage. People like, wow, he knows those people. He got those people to show. He must be somebody. So you get to, people will get to realize you're somebody before technically you're somebody, because you're associating with somebody's. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Anyway, that's it for Throwback Thursday. And Dr. Will is here. Dr. Will, your ears must be ringing, because I was talking to you about you, like, not to you, you weren't there. I was talking about you like crazy today and looking to connect you with some people. And so I got an opportunity for you, my man. Get with me if you're still here, because now, I'm not even worthy to be on here, because Dr. Will Moreland is on my video. Superstar if there ever was one. Love you, Dr. Will. Thanks for being here, Jason. Anybody else that's watching live, anyone watching on the replay. As always, go to helpfromsteve.com if you're even thinking about running your own events. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. You make a lot of money. But man, if you there's a lot of moving parts, as I'm sure you know, and there's a lot of pieces to it. But I can help you out. I've done it right, done it wrong, made all the mistakes, done it well, and I've helped a lot of people to avoid the mistakes I've made and to capitalize on the good stuff. So if that's something you're thinking of doing, head over to helpfromsteve.com and I'll help you. And if you're in this area, by all means, be one of the sharpest people in the Phoenix Scottsdale area by being in the room at our CEO Scottsdale event. First and third Thursday of every month. Hopefully we will see you on August 15th. Until then, thanks for being here today, and I will be back tomorrow on Foundation Friday. I'm going to share a basic business building tip with you. Over and out.